That work?
Yes. All right, we're good.
Okay.
So hello everyone, my name is Brenda Ray and I'm a peer advisor for the Swanson School of Engineering's Global Experiences and Engagement Office. And I'm here with Dr. Abramowitz, who will be leading the Global Empathic Leadership Program for Social Change South
It's a
Africa.
mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
Yeah,
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Dr. Abramowitz?
sure. So I'm Steve Abramowitz. I am a professor of bioengineering, and I have been at Pitt, believe it or not, since 1993 as a student and have never left. So very familiar with Pittsburgh, love the city, love the university, and love teaching and giving back in the way that I'm able to as a professor.
Awesome. So why did you decide to get involved with this program?
Well, we actually initiated this program, so it wasn't a question of getting involved. It was something that we were really passionate about bringing to our school and now to the university at large. Um, you know, I think so often we hear news stories and we see, all that's going on in the world, and it's very difficult to connect the dots from where we are to how we can make a difference. And so what we want to expose students to is that not only can they go and be part of the change that's needed in order to create a better place, but this is how you can connect the dots. And one of the best ways to do that is to take students from where they are currently and take them and put them into these positions where they can see and interact with people firsthand that are dealing with these issues. And that's not just dealing with them from a problem-solving perspective, but also dealing with them from being affected by them. It's really important to understand kind of the whole story when you're developing these strategies.
Awesome.
So anyway, that's why we wanted to develop the course. South Africa is fantastic because not only is it beautiful and gorgeous and there's all these opportunities there, but the history is so unique. The racism that still exists today, but was part of the government up until the 1990s. It's certainly within my lifetime that these things existed, and to see kind of the post-recovery of that and how that's affected the country, and then all the decisions that have been made from an infrastructure standpoint, and just how that affects the people socially has been fascinating. So South Africa presents a lot of kind of the problems that every country faces, but really kind of an order of magnitude higher in many ways, and kind of all packaged together in one bundle. So it's a great opportunity for us to learn.
Awesome. Thank you for your answer. Since you've been on the program for multiple times, what are you most excited about this upcoming year?
What excites me every time is just taking a new group of students. There's no question about it. As I said, prior to us actually recording this, there's nothing better as an educator than to see growth in students. And normally, we kind of get glimpses of that, not necessarily in our classes, although we can see obviously the content and kind of what they've learned. But we get that more, from individual interactions over kind of years with a student. So we'll see a student maybe their first year, and then kind of their senior year, and we can see the difference in their maturity and their growth and kind of how they look at the world. And that's really fulfilling as a professor to see. But what's great about a course like this is that during kind of that 2-week period, there's so much exposure to so many different things that you've never seen before, that you see this tremendous growth in students, kind of the same growth that you see in maturity. If I've interacted with a student from their first year to their last year, you kind of see that same growth within almost a 2-week time span. And so just visually being able to see that is just so rewarding, and it happens every single year. And so that's always what I look forward to, is just seeing a new group of students get exposed to this type of situation, and be able to grow as people as a result of it.
Oh, awesome. Going back to the students, how do you think that each engineering major specifically here at Swanson would benefit from this program?
I mean, and I think this will probably get into your next question too, which is it's not just a singular problem. What you'll realize is that these problems are tremendously complex. So, whether we're talking about poverty or whether we're talking about, related to poverty, joblessness, or whether we're talking about living conditions, or no matter what the situation that we're talking about, you realize that it's not just kind of a one solution fits all type of scenario, and just being able to view it from the perspective of one individual and their skill set and their mindset is not going to be sufficient. So really, this course is about bringing people together of different backgrounds and different disciplines, and really to try to tackle these huge multidisciplinary problems from multiple perspectives. And that's probably one of the biggest takeaways that our students develop when they're there, is that I even talk about it prior to leaving, how complex these problems are and how difficult these problems are to solve. But a lot of times we see problems like this in our Twitter or wherever, and we're like, people just need to do this, or they just need to do that. And sure, you could say those things, but until you actually try to see people implementing them, and then what other challenges they face as a result of that, you don't really get a true perspective of the problem, and you don't have an opportunity to learn. And so that's what we're really trying to provide, is this opportunity for students to learn how challenging these problems are, how many different stakeholders are involved, and that sometimes these immediate ideas for a solution aren't necessarily the best ones, primarily because we're not taking into consideration the perspectives of the stakeholders that are involved. And so that's really what we're trying to communicate through this course. And it's one of those things that's kind of easy to say, but you don't really appreciate it unless you see it yourself.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, us here at the Global Experiences and Engagement Office are so excited about the Empathic Global Leadership for Social Change South Africa program. And we thank you so much for your time to answer these questions, just give students a glimpse of what they might experience on this program. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. I can't wait to go again. So I can't wait to see what the new group of students is going to look like, and the problems that we face this year. There's a lot going on in South Africa, so this is going to be a really interesting year.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you again, Dr. Abramowitz. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
Nope, just very much looking forward to this. It's always one of the highlights of my year. And yeah, just please apply, and please join us on this trip. It will be a fantastic time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.